you guys responded to practice? What you see?
Yeah, there was definitely some of the things that we absolutely have to get better at. They were certainly more dialed into it, but see if we do it in the game. That's the challenge.
Does the Buffalo game, the one before this last night, encourage you that it's there?
Yeah, for sure. It's recent, so we need to draw from it. The first period was kind of, watching the game, was kind of a block period for us, but I thought structurally we were okay. We were in the right position. I didn't love our lack of battle effort, but we were there. Hence, they had 2 scoring chances in the first period. And it was, we had 2 or 3 ourselves, so it was a very blah period in a lot of ways. We were up 1-0, and then obviously we saw what happened in the second period. We just lost our way.
What's the frustration level at this point for you?
Listen, I know the makeup of our team right now. I know we've got guys that are trying to establish themselves in the league, learning how to play in the league, and that's our job, is to help them establish themselves here and get better daily. So, coaching at times can be frustrating regardless of where you're at or the winning and the losing. But listen, we've got guys that we believe in, and we're going to continue to work with them.
Before the practice, you met with them for a while, talked to them out. I don't know if you'll share any, but shed any light on what the message was.
We'll just prefer to keep that with the team. Obviously, it's between us, but we understand what we need to do. The good news is our guys understand how we have to have success, and now we just have to apply it and be more consistent with it.
Last night you talked a lot about the one-on-one battles and wanting to see them win more of those. Is that strictly an effort thing? Do you just think the team needs to give more effort?
It's a want. You can't wait to get in the battle. When there are loose pucks, when you're in the offensive zone or even the defensive zone, the play goes to a corner. You can't look to see, should I get over there? You got to get over there. And if you watch the difference between us and the Bruins, that was the difference. They were quickly to the battle, and from our end of it, we were too slow to the battle.
Do you think you have too many guys that want to play a more skilled finesse game as opposed to getting into those battles?
I think that's part of our problem, is we have a lot of guys that's how they identify themselves. And one of the things we have to do is make sure they understand that it's great to have that skill set, but you've got to add a grit element and a battle element to your game if you're going to be successful here.
Are there adjustments you can make from a system standpoint to play up that skill and cover up those deficiencies?
Yeah, we're always trying to do that. We're always tweaking things, trying to figure out the best way we can put our guys in a position to have success. So that's something we look at daily.
It looked like you had Kako on the top, if you can call it that. Is that where it'll be tomorrow?
Yeah, pretty sure that'll be there, depending on the availability of Mika.
Is it? Can you explain what it's been like to coach him at this point? He's an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And I know you've touched on that. And he's got all the confidence in the world that he can deal with so many things, yet it's not happening.
Right.
What has it been like to coach this player?
I think sometimes he cares so much that he gets in his own way. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. He's a guy that's had an awful lot of success. Like I said this earlier, we're 9 games into it, and he's used to having 18 points by now. And it is a big adjustment for an 18-year-old who gauges themselves statistically to step into this league and have success. So, it's a learning curve for every 18-year-old. And he's going through that right now. And, the great news for all of us is he's got the skill set and he wants to be great.
Did you get a read on, speaking of that first power play, Tony playing?
Yeah, we had a goal. Tony did a good job getting pucks through. His power play hasn't been great lately, but I thought initially it was pretty good.
Is there a teaching capability to develop as a college coach that helps now with the young team going through some of these situations too?
I guess I think just coaching in general, whether you're a college coach or not. If you're going to have a chance to have any success as a coach, you got to understand the players that you're dealing with. You got to understand personalities. You got to have the ability to adapt to each player and push different buttons and find a way to make people be the best player they can be. So, maybe the experience I've been fortunate enough to have will allow me to do that. We'll find out.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but your game against Tampa last year, I feel like you were okay with great games.
Yeah. Didn't love the results, but they were, as was the case with the Bruins, certainly not the case last night. So, from our end of it, we can't really draw any connection between last year and this year. We are a completely different team. Our team has come pretty big makeover since last year. So, but I think our guys that have been here before realize what we're going to have to do if we're going to give ourselves a chance to win hockey games, especially against teams like that.
What reports are you getting from Hartford on Philip and on Igor?
Very good ones. Philip's had a real good year down there, as has Igor. Those guys are off to great starts, as is the team.
Igor's numbers are crazy.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's done a great job, and everybody knew what type of talented goalie we were bringing over here, and he's certainly proven it.
With where you guys are right now here, do you worry if Philip comes up, maybe it's not the best environment for his development?
No, I think because he's been here before, I think that's not much of a concern of ours. Anytime you call anybody up, all those things come into play when you're talking about calling guys up. So I'm not as worried from Philip's end of it because of the way he's handled his situation this year and the fact he was here last year for so long.
Where's the balance between if a guy's playing well there, you say, listen, don't play great, and we'll call you back, versus what you need here? You know what I mean? Like, if maybe he's playing great, but you don't need him.
Right.
Or maybe you need him, but he's not playing great. I mean, where's the balance there between when you decide to make it?
You just touched on it. It is that balancing act of, where are we from a team standpoint up here? Is he better off staying another few weeks and continuing to build confidence? Those answers are so circumstantial and so time driven, and that's why we'll have those discussions today based on where we're at as a team right now and our injury situation.
Is he doing everything that you want him to do, though? Is he doing all the little things, beyond putting up points?
Yeah, he's the way. That's the thing we feel good about. I mean, you can go down there and get your points. I mean, I used to say this an awful lot when I was coaching the American League to our teams. I mean, if you look at the leading scorers in the American Hockey League over the last 5 or 6 years, you see a lot of the same names. And going down there and just getting points doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a chance to get here and have success. So one of the things we like about what Phil has done, he's gone down there and has been productive offensively, but he's also done the things that he needs to do to have success at this level.
So you play in the middle all the time?
Yes.
Has your friendship survived with Shattenkirk survived the buyout? Things good?
Things are good. Things are good. We had a long lunch before he left. We've had a few text message exchanges beforehand. Obviously, it was tough for both of us. I'm not saying everything's perfect, but he knows how I feel about him as a player and a person.
I don't know how much you've seen. What have you seen from him in Tampa?
Well, one of the things that even before we ended up buying him out, as an organization, I was confident he was going to have a bounce back year for a lot of reasons. I thought the knee injury, I know we've all talked about it, but it was real. And once you lose your legs mentally, a lot goes wrong. And over the summer he worked on his skating. He felt better. He had a full summer to commit to training instead of rehabbing. And when he feels confident about his skating, every other aspect of his game grows, and that's what's happening this year. And I'm not surprised.
You played a veteran team with Boston, now a veteran team in Tampa. What's the challenge with the structure of making sure that your guys play in that system?
Yeah, but we did it for the first period last night, and we abandoned it in the second. So, I mean, it's just being mentally focused and physically prepared to engage whatever your responsibilities are, regardless of what zone it's in. And that's, one of the things we tend to do is not live in the moment. We don't play the play in front of us. We play the what if game. And if you do that against teams like Boston and Tampa, you're really going to suffer. And you're going to suffer regardless who you're playing. But teams of that stature and teams of that skill set, you're really going to struggle.